Hey, what's up, brown-faced beauties and bows? It's Marsha Gauntlett-Kirby. Today I'm going to talk about PCOS. A lot of people have responded actually to the last video I did, the vision video, when I mentioned PCOS, and a lot of people have been asking questions, and I am no way an expert. I have had this condition a long time. I think before it got, I don't want to say popular, because when I was diagnosed, which was about 10 years ago, no one really knew of it. It was like, I don't know, not to say fairly new, but you know, not many people that I knew had it, and when you did research, not a lot of stuff came up. And now if you put in PCOS into Google, there are so many sites and so many people who are suffering from this condition. It's not a disease, it's a condition. PCOS is short for polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it is when my doctor explained it to me it was cute. It's like being left-handed instead of right-handed. Like right-handed is the norm, and then left-handed. Anyway, yeah, when I found out I had it, it was, it wasn't good. I got my period when I was 13. It came for, I think, a year, and then it stopped. When I was 16, I went back to the doctor, and they told me that I was just a late bloomer because my mom started menstruating when she was a little older, so they thought it was the same thing. I went to college, still no period. I was like spotting on and off, but no real period. They gave me something to help it come down, but then that was it. Once I left college, the same year I left, was it the same year? Yeah, the same year I left college, I started having pains in my side, and this was going into the next year, so 1998. I was coming from the movies with my boyfriend. I'm laughing about it now, but it's serious. I was coming from the movies because I had this pain in my side, mind you, and I was still clubbing. I was not trying to hear it, not going to the doctor, and plus I didn't have any insurance. So I was like, it's just going to have to go away on its own. So I was coming from the movies. I hit the floor in pain. Literally, I was on the sidewalk of Brooklyn on the floor because I was in so much pain. I went to the emergency room, and they told me I had a cervix infection. It's funny because I took Tylenol for not Tylenol, I'm sorry. I took Advil, I think it was, a Motrin for the pain, and my eyes started to come out of the socket. So at that point, I also found out that I was allergic to aspirin. So anything with aspirin in it, I can take everything except for, I can't take anything except for Tylenol. So I went to the hospital. They told me I had a cervix infection. They gave me some antibiotics and sent me home. I had braids in my hair. This was a few days after. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because, you know, when you're young, you are just so vain. I had braids in my hair, took them out, and I was about to get a perm when I had to go back for my checkup at the hospital. So I was like, you know, I'm going to leave the hospital, I'm going to be cute, go to my hairdresser on Flatbush, and get my nice perm. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Went into the hospital for the checkup, and like 5 doctors came in, and they were like, you have to be prepped for emergency surgery. I had one of the cysts from the PCOS grew to the size of a grapefruit, and it was twisting my left ovary, that it was cutting off my blood supply, and I could have died. So actually, I always say this, God is good, because, you know, I was on my way to get my hair done. I could have, you know, God forbid, died in the woman's chair, you know. Anyway, had emergency surgery. Then they knew this was PCOS. They put me on birth control pills for, I think, almost 8 years. The first thing I want to say is that if you have been diagnosed with PCOS, I would not recommend going on birth control pills because it's not a cure. It's just covering, you know, just really a cover-up. And birth control pills can lead to a whole bunch of other issues. I I was on it. I didn't know any better. I didn't do research. I was young. I mean, I cried when I first found out because they said it could, you know, I don't know. They didn't know if I could be able to have kids and, you know, all this other stuff. But then after that, you know, again, I was 21, 22. I was partying, you know, doing whatever it is I had to do. And then when the time came for me to, when I got married and wanted to try to have kids, this is when it really hit me. And I was 27, 28. Now, PCOS, well, there are a lot of symptoms. The main symptom is amenorrhea. I hope I pronounced that right. And that's absence of periods. If you do not get your periods very often and other things have been ruled out, you could have, there's a very good chance you could have PCOS. If you have hair growth in places that you shouldn't have hair growth, you may have PCOS. Like you know, one of my friends was a doctor. She was like, they don't know, she doesn't know how they didn't really catch it because, or it took them so long. I have chin hair. Yeah, this is going to be a gross video, but anyway, I have chin hair. I mean, I had a mustache, but you know, a lot of people have mustache, but I have chin hair. I mean, it's like a male. And I also have hair growing right below my belly button, which is more of a male pattern. I have these patches, like patches of skin that I get under my arm. That's another symptom. And another one is being overweight, or if you're overweight and obese and you have absence of periods, then that may be the first thing that they will check you for. Acne, oily skin, thinning hair, like male pattern baldness, that's another symptom sign, I guess. Insulin resistance, which is, I think, the underlying cause, of PCOS. And I'm not sure if I'm insulin resistance. I don't know if everyone who has a disease is insulin resistant. I probably will have to get checked for that. I'm trying to see. I'm trying not to like ramble. This is probably going to be a part one of many PCOS videos. Right, I talked about the birth control pills. Yeah, so there's no known cure for the disease, but you can get it under control, and I'm learning how to do that. Of course, regular exercise. They're saying if you lose up to 10% of your body weight, this will really help you to have regular menstruation. Exercise, eating better, lowering your carbs, because again, the disease it's almost like diabetes, and they would actually also, if you are overweight, not even overweight, because I was on it for a while, they will put you on metformin, which is also known as glucophage, which helps with the insulin resistance. I was taking it for a while and it did help. It actually helps you to lose weight as well, it did help me to lose a few pounds, even though I'm not overweight. But I started breaking out in severe hives and I couldn't take it, and then that's when I said I'm going to try this natural approach, because there are a lot of herbal remedies that you can also take. So I'm trying to see how that goes before I go back to the doctor to start this whole thing over again. Wow, there's so much more I have to say. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. So if you think you may have PCOS or you're not having regular periods, I would definitely go to your gynecologist. They may refer you to, especially if you're trying to get pregnant, a reproductive endocrinologist known as an RE, and they will perform tests. They will look at, make sure you get a pelvic ultrasound. They will look at your ovaries. A normal ovary, it looks kind of smooth, and over at PCOS you'll see all these dark marks where all the cysts are, and that is because you're not ovulating, so the cysts are building up in your ovaries. You can also Google PCOS and learn as much as you can. It can be very, I don't know what the word is, depressing, because you look at all the things that can happen with PCOS and all the symptoms, and you just feel like you want to cry. Even now, having it for a while, I still feel like I want to cry. But I have to push forward. My time is about to run out, so I'll be back with part 2 soon. All right, I hope this helped someone. Bye.